I'm Tom LeBlanc. I'm the editor of Commercial Integrator. Today, I'm lucky to be joined by Glenn Jystad. He's InFocus's director of the touch panel line. Hey, Glenn, how you doing?
I'm good, Tom. How are you doing?
Not bad. Well, so what I want to talk to you about today is video collaboration because, it's a big topic in the integration industry. And one of the things that I think is kind of interesting is everybody's kind of coming up with their video collaboration strategy, but it seems like there is no strategy that's kind of a one size fits all scenario for customers. Customers have various needs. They use collaboration in different applications, different for different tasks. So what I want to get from you is what is your perspective on how the market kind of needs to evolve in order to factor in all the flexibility that needs to be in place for customers to fully support their various collaboration needs?
Oh, you bet. This is an exciting industry. I mean, tech is always an exciting industry because the opportunity to introduce new kinds of solutions is always available, and it comes from a bunch of different sides, and that's very true in the video collaboration space. Of course, this started with just sort of basic video conferencing that was really a very iron dependent, sort of heavy iron dependent, expensive product sort of solution. And it's definitely exploded to the point where now it's accessible to just about everybody. But there are a lot of competing ideas about what the workspace is, what the work environment is. And I think this is where kind of the rubber meets the road for this industry. At one level, you've got monster organizations that have their own ecosystem. And so every product they make appropriately is an effort to support and promote that particular ecosystem. While at the same time, you've got a lot of really innovative products coming from the entire, software and hardware technology sectors. And so customers in the middle are trying to just get work done. And so they've got more choices today than they've ever had before. And that's great for customers because work is getting more interesting and richer. And we've really normalized the virtual workspace so that having part of your customer base or your employee base sort of in one building is, only having employees in one building is really kind of becoming increasingly rare. People are really leveraging people all over the world, and certainly the flexibility to have people work at home or something like that. So this is a great time in the industry. But what we're definitely seeing in the industry is kind of a fight for the heart of the customer. And for large organizations, large companies like a Microsoft, right, or a Cisco, they've got an ecosystem in mind that they want everyone to buy into. And so because of the scale of the larger the company, they're not really interested in working with other people. And so they have some really great products, but they make a big assumption. They make a big assumption that you're going to commit to their ecosystem throughout your entire workflow. That means the people that work in your office, the people that work at the home, and even to some extent the people that are your partners or vendors or customers that are at other organizations. That it's got to be one holistic experience for it all to really work well. But our customers are coming to us because they're saying that's not real world for them, right? In the real world, there still are a variety of needs and a variety of tools that really solve what it is that they need on a daily basis. So they've got internal communication. So a Skype for Business or some other in-house video conferencing is great for that. But then they want to communicate to people outside, so they use things like GoToMeeting or a WebEx room or something of this nature. And so they live in a heterogeneous world. And when it comes to the meeting room environment, which is of course sort of the space that we like, that we're playing in, that we're excited about, the needs in the meeting space room are have to reflect what the customers want and what their real world needs are. And in their real world, they need to be able to use different kinds of tools. Now, and so whatever the platform is, it has to accept and sort of promote and really embrace multiple tools. And there's another factor to this because they may be using multiple tools today, but they also may change. This is sort of the other element of this industry, is that great new interesting tools and services are sort of constantly being made available, and customers want to explore those and maybe even adopt them. And so, the tools that they're using today may very well not even be the same tools that they're going to use in 3 or 4 years. And so when you talk about a meeting room environment, they tend to be a little bit expensive. They tend to be large, and so people want to be able to leverage them for multiple years. And so it's an investment, and you want this to last through your choice of technology solutions within your company. You don't want the piece of glass that's in your meeting room to say you can only use this kind of solution, and you sort of run into a little bit of a technical roadblock because you'd like to embrace a new service or you'd like to add a second service. So the key thing we're seeing in this industry is flexibility. You want a great platform that's got great tools and great capabilities built into it, but fundamentally it's a platform that embraces additional solutions, because that's the real world. Customers are using multiple solutions at the same time. And the other thing we're seeing is that one size doesn't fit all. Is that you might have something like a boardroom where the users of the boardroom, they don't use it frequently. So they're looking for something really simple, really obvious that they can engage their meeting, execute their meeting and then leave. And then you have other rooms that are, kind of the daily war rooms for a lot of organizations, where people are meeting multiple times a day and they're throwing up data and they're working on things simultaneously. These kinds of environments, want to focus on the variety of applications rather than a more seamless integrated experience. And so you may want something a little bit simpler and more to the point and maybe more cost effective because you want to deploy multiples of these. So the platform needs to support the needs of the user, but also have the right kind of cost structure so that you can scale it across the company to meet the different kind of budget needs. So we're seeing, an opportunity for premium products and mainstream products and value products throughout the video conferencing and collaboration space as well.
Well, Glenn Jystad from InFocus, thanks so much for talking to Commercial Integrators audience about collaboration and where the collaboration market is going.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us.